Hello, everyone.
ਸਮਝੀ ਨਾ ਭੋਲੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਪਤਾ ਏ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਗੈਪ ਆਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਬਣ ਰੋਮੀਓ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਮੈਪ ਤੇ ਸਮਝੀ ਨਾ ਭੋਲੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਪਤਾ ਏ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਗੈਪ ਉਹ ਆਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਬਣ ਰੋਮੀਓ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਮੈਪ ਕੰਬਦੀ ਮੋਹਾਲੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਥਾਰ ਵੈਰੀਆ ਕੰਬੇ ਦਿਲ ਆ ਜੀ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੜ ਕੇ ਮੋਮ ਡਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਕੀ ਦੱਸਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਦੇ ਪੱਟ ਤੂੰ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਪਵਾਉਣਾ ਛੱਬੀਆਂ ਛੱਬੀ
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode with me, Seshni, at the Happy Doctor's Kitchen. And today I'm going to be making a really simple and easy pickle fish. Yes, that's correct. Simple and easy. I know some people, when they hear pickled fish, they feel it's out of their depth and they don't know what to do. But I've been making it for years, so you're in great hands. And enjoy the show. I think there might be some technical issues, but do let me know that you are able to hear me and see me. You want to know about the pickled fish. So we're going to start with all the ingredients. I've got all the ingredients out. So again, just to recap, there seems to be a glitch with the connection, but just let me know if everything's okay. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me know if you're able to hear me. I'll just pop on the comments. So if anyone's watching, you can just let me know that everything's okay. So I hope everyone's doing well. It's a lovely Friday evening and the 26th of March, and Easter is next week, isn't it? So, in preparation for Easter, I usually prepare my pickled fish in advance. So, I've learned the difficult way is because usually, whenever I used to make pickled fish, because I wasn't that experienced in it, I would only make it a few days in advance. But now I'm more experienced and I try to make it at least a week in advance because with pickled fish, you have to let it soak. So you can make it and then you can eat it within 2 to 3 days, the minimum. Or some people can eat it on. You can eat it like within maybe not on the day, I would say, because ideally it has to soak. So I just wanted to give you a bit of background. And pickled fish, obviously, is something which is made in South Africa. It's known in South Africa. It's a dish made by South Africans, and it's usually over Easter, and it's to celebrate Easter and Jesus and the celebration. So, along with obviously with loads of Easter eggs, as you can see. I've got a whole lot of Easter bunnies and Easter eggs, and I've got some hot cross buns as well. So usually the pickled fish is made and we serve it with some hot cross buns. So I'm going to show you how that's done and with some salad as well. So let's keep it happy and healthy, right? Not just a chocolate overload. So fish is really good. It's healthy as well. So we're going to go through all the ingredients. So I just want to check that the connection is okay. Just give me a second and I'll just check that. Yeah. So the connection seems much better now. So hopefully everything should be okay. So let's start with the pickled fish. So I mean, you can see all the ingredients in front of me. Pickled fish, if I had to describe it, it's yeah, I think when people hear pickled fish, are you like pickling the fish? So is it going to be like an achar or one of those type of pickles? So I think there's like lots of different question marks when you say pickled fish. It sounds a bit weird. I think that was my first reaction when I heard about pickled fish. We used to have pickled fish growing up. My dad used to make the pickled fish spice, so I've got that here. So from R.A. Woodley's, some of you might know. Some of you might have seen my twin sister Sanusha on Dala Crew from Tirupati Spices. We are Spice Delights in the UK. So this is my dad's recipe of pickled spice or pickling spice. But you can get it, I think, in most shops. They will have it. Or if you want to contact us, let me know. So we'll go through the range of spices in there. So we grew up with it. So I knew what pickled fish is. My mom used to make it. And also, I then learned to make it. My aunt used to also have it as well, Mogi Naidu, and her husband used to make it actually, Gonaban. So it's something that, it's quite traditional as well. But I think around South Africa, people make it differently. Some people, so when you say pickled fish, so it's fish basically that's in a sweet, sour sauce, and it's got a loads of onions. So, and it's really tasty. That's all I can say. So the proof is in the pudding. You need to taste it, because if you've not tasted it before, I don't want to spoil it for you. Try and taste it, and then you will absolutely love it, like I do. So you can serve it. You can make the pickle fish, and you can serve it, as I said, with hot cross buns, or with salad, with bread. With absolutely anything. And it's a really, really tasty dish. You can make that and you can have it as a side dish as well. But typically over Easter, you'll know lots of families in South Africa will be making pickled fish. So I absolutely love making it. And I actually make it not only during Easter, so I make it at other times because we do like it. My kids love it as well. So it is something that the kids can have as well. So I'm going to stop talking in a minute, but I just wanted to give background about pickled fish because it is a typical South African dish. It's not something you'd know about it in other countries. But if I'm mistaken, do let me know. Drop me a message, drop me a line, and let me know. Like, share, and let other people know about my episode, The Happy Doctor's Kitchen. If you had a chance, I just finished an interview with Nana Akwe on BBC Three Counties, sharing my quick and easy chicken curry, lamb curry, vegetable curry, and fish curry recipe on BBC Three Counties. So that will be available later on. It's on my YouTube, or you can have a look later on. I will share it. But it is very similar to all the recipes that I've done. So, and I'm so grateful to Nana for asking me tonight to share that recipe. And she said it was really quick and easy. So that's good feedback. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make pickle fish also exactly quick and easy. So three simple steps, guys. Yes, three simple steps. So all we're going to do is prepare the fish. I've got the fish here. I'm going to explain to you. So step 1 and 2 is preparing the fish and the onions. So, but I'm going to do the onions first. So that's going to be my step 1. Step 1 is preparing onions. Step 2 is preparing my fish. And then step 3, guys, is layering the pickle fish. And then it's going to go in the fridge and it's going to get nice and soaked. The fish is going to soak in the juices of the onions and the sauce, the pickle curry sauce base, and it's going to taste absolutely delicious on the day that you need to eat it. I can tell you that I've made it on the day, and we've eaten it on the day, so you can do that as well. So there's no rule that if, like I said, obviously if you wanted to mature, you wanted to taste like the proper pickled fish, my suggestion would be is to let it soak for at least a week, or a few days, at least 2 or 3 days, right? So I know. If you make it, you're gonna want to eat it immediately. We've done that, so we've had it on the day, and it tastes nice. But when you leave it to soak for a few days, even just 1 or 2 days, you can taste the difference. So yeah, it will be up to you how you want to do it. We've got enough time till Easter, so if you start to get your ingredients after you've seen my show tonight, or whenever you're watching it, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you're watching it on the replay, do let me know as well what you thought of it. And you've got enough time to get your ingredients. So yeah, so those are the housekeeping or the kitchen rules I just wanted to share with you about pickled fish. So let's start cooking. So the ingredients. So let's go through the ingredients. So obviously the onions. So you need. So I'm going to do the quantity for 1 kilogram of fish. So if you're making 2 kilograms or 3 kilograms or large quantity, then obviously you just double or triple the amounts that I'm giving you. But this is a standard measurement. The balance is, as my sister-in-law, I've actually learned a lot from my sister-in-law. So Zalia's shared me her recipes, and the rest of my husband's family, Ferdinand's family. Muki and them have shared their recipes. So I'm always getting recipes from family or friends, or if I know someone that makes it really well, I will always ask for tips. So I think what Azalea says is the trick is to get a balance of the sauce. You need to have a right balance of the sauce. So we'll talk about that. But let's go to the ingredients. So you need, so for 1 kilogram of fish that you're going to use, is you need about at least 3 sliced onions. But I've got a lot more. I've sliced a whole lot, a whole container of onions. And the reason is because we love onions. So I'm going to add a little bit extra. And also, I'm definitely making more pickled fish. This is not the only batch that I'm making. So I needed to cut a lot of onions. And in cutting onions, getting that out of the way is best for me. So yeah, so 3 sliced onions. You need to slice it in rings. So they need to be sliced in rings, and that's how it's done. So white onions, preferably, as much as I love red onions. So 3 sliced white onions. So if you're making 2 kilos, just double it 6, or you can just reduce. If you don't like so much onions, just reduce it. So fish, that's a fish that I'm using. So you can use hake. So I've got cod, so you can use hake, cod, coley fillets, any type of white meaty fish is really good. So as you can see, that's a really fleshy piece of the fish. So you need nice fillets of fish. So hake is really good, cod is good, coley fillet if you've got. So any type of white fish is really good. So you can use king clip as well, or butterflied, or deep sea hake fillets. So I wouldn't advise using haddock or salmon or any of those. So it needs to be a white. I've only used white fish when I've made it. So, but I've experimented on different ones. The one I got, obviously, we're in the UK and fish is a bit different. So the ones that I do love so it's tried and tested, is getting cod fillets. So you can get it from any of the stores, cod fillets, and you can see these are really nice pieces of cod fillets. So I actually prefer them nice. They need to be like nice and fleshy like this. So this is how you actually want a nice piece of fish like that. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the fish out of the way. So I've got a kilo of fish. So it's just over a kilo. So that's 1 kilogram of fish. Very important. So fish and onions, extremely important. And now all the other ingredients it's going to go with it. So you're going to need 1 cup of vinegar. So I've got red vinegar. So some recipes say red vinegar. When I first started making it, I used only red vinegar. But you can use some white vinegar or brown vinegar, whichever one that you've got. So you can use either. If you don't have red vinegar, use white or brown. So 1 cup, so 250 mils of vinegar. And then you want half a cup of sugar. So I've got white sugar, add a little bit of brown sugar as well. So the balance, what Azalea talks about, the balance is getting the sauce right with the vinegar and the water and the sugar. I'm going to add some water, so about half a cup of water, so 125 of water, 125 of sugar, so 1 cup of vinegar, and that's for the sauce. And then I'm going to add some, I've got some flour and some salt and pepper, and that's going to go on the fish. So I'm just going to just season the fish with some salt and pepper, put some batter on, so just lightly flour it and then fry it. And then the spices that's going to go in with the onions and the vinegar and sugar is all these spices here, which I'm going to name them now, and then we can talk about them later. So the main thing is obviously your pickled fish spice. So I see my music has gone off, so I hope that's not distracting anyone, but you can hear at least a bit better. Pour yourself a drink, guys, anything alcoholic, non-alcoholic, and just enjoy the show. So this is the pickling spice. So it's got all the goodies that's needed for pickled fish. So you need about 2 teaspoons of that. or if you're using them separately, you need about 6 or 8 bay leaves. So I'm going to add some masala as well, about 2. I'm going to add a little bit extra, so anything between 1 to 2 tablespoons of my masala. So this is my pickling fish masala. 1 teaspoon of my cumin powder or jeera. 1 teaspoon of my fennel. And I'm going to add just a little bit of garam and coriander as well. And turmeric is important, so 1 teaspoon of turmeric. So it's just getting the mixture right. That's the important bit. And then I've garlic. You can add 4 cloves of garlic, but I've got garlic. I haven't cut them or anything yet. So you can use 4 cloves of garlic, but I'm just going to use the dried garlic flakes. It's just a bit easier. So I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of that. And then I've got ginger and garlic. So you can add ginger and garlic separately, or you can add the paste. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of that and that. And obviously you need some oil to fry the fish, and then also for the onions. So about 2 tablespoons for the onions. So that's all the ingredients. So let's start preparing everything. Okay. So how's everyone doing? You know, the week's gone by so quickly, and it just feels like the year's going by so quickly as well. It's already the end of March, and we're heading into April. So time's just flying, isn't it? So first things first is making the sauce. So we usually fry the onions first, make the sauce, and then do the fish. So I think the reason why you can do that as well is because it gives the sauce a chance to actually cook, and for the sugar and the vinegar and all the spices and onions to actually get some more flavor. Yeah, so let's start. So there's 3 easy steps. So making the onions, or the sauce for the onions, a nice curry sauce, and then the second step is frying the fish, and the third step is layering it. So let's start, guys. Very simple and easy. Any questions, do drop me a message and let me know how it's going. So just about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and that's all you do. So yeah, what have you been up to? Do drop me a message and let me know what you are doing. So I usually add my onions first. I'm going to fry the onions first, and then I'm going to add all my spices, because the onions is the main thing that needs to cook. So you're going to saute your onions till they're nice and translucent. So you're not going to overcook them. You just want them nicely soft. And then you're going to add all the other ingredients, which is the spices and also the vinegar, water, and the sugar. So it's really simple. It's not difficult. So this is the curry sauce part. Really exciting bit. So I'm just going to add my onions. I'm going to let that cook nicely. So I'm going to add a little bit more onions. I'm just tempted to add a bit more because I'm going to layer it nicely, and I'm going to make sure that I've got my 2 containers to put my fish in. I'm going to layer it in. So just some extra onions. I've put loads of onions, as you can see. I'm just thinking whether that's going to be enough. Okay, I think that's enough. But it's so nice because when the fish finishes and when you left over with the onions, it's still tasty. The sauce is absolutely delicious. If you make it, you'll know what I'm saying. So all you're doing is just frying the onions, and as you know, I don't use a lot of oil, so just a little bit of oil, and then water's gonna go in, sugar, and all the other spices, and vinegar. So you're just gonna get that nicely cooked. So it's just finely sliced, as you can see, and we're gonna just let that cook. So just a little bit more, guys. Don't mind me. I'm adding a few more onions. I'm just getting so excited that I'm actually making my pickled fish. So thank you everyone that's joining, and people that had actually asked for it. So I had quite a lot of requests, and I even messaged a few people. They wanted to know when I'm doing it. So I did message them. I said, it's a bit late, but I'm making it now. So I'm just going to get my onions to cook really, really nicely. And you can see how nice they turn and translucent. Yeah. So I'm just going to grab a lid so I can pop this in on the and also like the containers to put my fish in. So the onions are going to get nicely cooked. So we let the onions cook. And yeah, I'm going to put the lid on. So just frying the onions. It smells really nice. I do love the smell of onions. So you're going to let that cook. It's going to take a bit of time because obviously they're large sliced onions. So, but just keep on stirring them so they're nice and translucent. And you can see the flavors. Oh, then look at that. Let's just close it a little bit more. It's going to cook really nice. And then we're going to add all the other ingredients. So it's just the onions that's getting cooked. And then once that's done, we add all our spices. And when that's done, we add all our vinegar, sugar, and our water. So very simple and easy, guys. This is one of the best parts of making pickled fish. And most important part, because you need to get the sauce right. I think fish is something we all can try. You know, it's not difficult to fry the fish. So let's get the onions really, really nice and soft. The fish, I have fried a piece of fish earlier just to try it out. So you want the fish like this. So all we're going to do is just batter the fish. So you're going to just put salt and pepper, and then you're going to add the ingredients, the flour, and then you're going to fry it. So that's when you want it like that. And when you break the fish, it's just going to be like this. I thought I'd show you so at least you know what you're sort of dealing with the fish. You just want it, it smells so nice. So you just want it a lightly battered fish. And using hake is good because it cooks within minutes, like within like 5 to 6 minutes you can have cooked hake. And especially because they're not very big pieces. So this is a really simple and easy quick way of making pickled fish. Oh, smells divine. I have to say for myself. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and thank you for joining me today in Happy Doctor's Kitchen, where I'm teaching you today to make pickled fish. As you know, all the recipes are happy and healthy because you are what you eat. Your health is your wealth, and food is medicine. And my eyes are not even teary, guys. This is amazing. So much of onion. So you just want the onions nicely translucent. See? Thank you. And they're almost ready for me to start adding all the spices in. So as I said, this is the key step. You need to get this done. You just put your onions. I know it's taking a bit of time. It's a lot of onions. But you need to get them really nice. Look at them. They're beautiful. They're glistening. They're absolutely smelling amazing. And they're just right. They're translucent and they're just about to turn color. So I would say these are perfect onions. So now we're going to add our spices. So the spices that I'm going to add are my masala. So at least I would say for 1 kilo, about 2 tablespoons of your masala. So 1, 2, I'm going to add more. If I taste my mixture and it's not right, I will add more. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. So 2 tablespoons of masala, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of cumin, fennel, and coriander and garam. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of my garlic flakes or more if you want, and 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic. And I'm going to mix that, a little bit of water. Very nice. That. I might add a little bit more masala. I'm going to see how it looks and what's the. You see the lovely color. Oh, it smells amazing. Ooh, it's already got that pickled fish smell. Would you believe? Would you believe it? You can. And of course, my spices. About 2 teaspoons, and I'm going to add some bay leaves, at least 6 to 8 bay leaves you can add. If I've got more, you can add more. I'm just going to grab a few more bay leaves. Just give me a second. I'm just going to grab a few more bay leaves because I see there wasn't that many bay leaves in my mixture. So just a few more. And that looks like the pickled fish already, guys. There you go. I only added 4 bay leaves and I just added a few more because the bay leaves gives it that lovely flavor as well. So there you go. Just add some water. And you can see that looks like the pickled fish already. So I just wanted the bay leaves to stand out. There was enough bay leaves, but I think for a kilo of fish, you can use 4 bay leaves is sufficient. So that was the right amount, but I just wanted more. So that's it. That looks, for me, it looks perfect. I don't think I need to add a little bit more masala, but as you know me, I'm going to add at least another teaspoon of curry. So that'll be 3 tablespoons of my masala that I've added. And you can add a little bit more of turmeric if you want, because it is going to have that bit of yellowy color. So it's going to have like a curry and a yellowy color. So you can taste it again later and you can see whether you need to add more. But as you can see, that's what it looks like. So that's the curried onions with the pickling spice. And now for the exciting bit where you're going to add your vinegar. So about 1 cup of vinegar, half a cup of water, and half a cup of sugar. cup of your vinegar. If you've got red vinegar or white vinegar, as I said. So as you can see, it's bubbling, so I'll leave that to bubble. Half a cup of water. I think I have added a little extra water, and so I might need to adjust the quantities of my seasoning. And then half a cup of sugar, white sugar. And I've got some brown sugar as well, which I want to add. So I'm just adding a bit of extra sweetness. As I said, I added extra water. So I would say about 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of brown sugar if you want. Oh, I'm so excited now because this looks like a pickled fish, guys. Seriously, this is amazing. You can see with the spices that we have, it's got the bay leaves, it's got all the spices in, pickling spice. And as you can see all of that in here. So that's going to have, so the onions are going to be like nice and crunchy. It's going to be curried and it's going to have that sweet, sour, vinegary taste. So you can just imagine that dipped in or soaked with all the fish. It's delicious, guys. If that's not making your mouth water. I am just so excited because this looks like already the way it's supposed to be. So amazing. So I'm going to have to taste it. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to taste as well. So with my hand, just some salt to season. So I hope everyone's doing well, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are making pickled fish. Let's just cover it. So you want the onions, as I said, it needs to be nice and crunchy. It's going to be a nice crunchy type of onion. Just lower the heat and just let it simmer. And I'm going to taste it as well. So as I said, the reason you do this now is because you want this part to actually just, the onions to get that nice flavor when you soak it. So you simmer this, usually it takes about, I would say 20 minutes to simmer the whole dish of the onions and the sauce. I'm just going to work off the vinegary smell. But it's looking really, really nice, guys. Just going to taste that. It smells amazing. So the key here, this is a trick, getting that balance of that sweetness and the saltiness and the vinegar taste and the curry. It tastes lovely. I think it needs a little bit more sugar because I did add extra water. So I'm just going to add a little bit more sugar. But otherwise, the spiciness is there. It could do. I think it could do with a little bit more chili. So I might add a little bit more curry in there and just a little bit more sugar. So you can taste and then just see how much more you want to add. So because we like it nice and sweet, I'm just adding a little bit extra of the sugar and vinegar. It shouldn't be too vinegary, so just make sure it's not vinegary. So just add a little bit extra of sugar, and I think that's going to be perfect with a little bit more masala. I like it a bit spicy. Well, you know, if you've seen Sanusha on Dala Yukru, the auntie, mixing the masala, you know, we like our spices really hot and spicy. And Sanusha's my twin, by the way. We twin sisters, yes. We unidentical, but we twins. So I think that's perfect now. I'm going to taste it in a bit. Let that soak a little bit. And you can add just a little bit more turmeric if you want the color a little bit more yellow. So it's just getting that balance right. You must remember as well, the fish has to soak in this. So you need to have enough flavor, and it needs to be a nice sauce, because if it doesn't have enough flavor, it's not spicy enough, then it's not going to, or it's not going to sort of spice um, the fish right, you know, because the fish has to be soaked in the sauce, which is the trick, isn't it? So let's have a taste. This looks amazing. Wow. Mm, that's perfect. And it's not really hot. It's not very hot at all. I must say, it doesn't taste very spicy. You know, if it was up to me, I would make a really spicy pickled fish. But it tastes really nice. So we're just going to get our fish fried now. We'll let it simmer for a few minutes and get the fish fried. So we're almost there, guys. I'm just going to let it simmer a little bit, and then we are going to add, and that's what your sauce is going to look like. And once this is ready, done. Let's have another taste. I might want to add just one more spoon of chili to make it a little bit spicier. Mm. The balance of sweetness is amazing, but it could do with, I think it could do with a little bit of a kick. So this is a Durban style. I would say it's a Durban style version of the pickled fish. It's a little bit spicier than you would usually have, but it looks absolutely amazing. This is the way you want it. So it's almost ready, and what we're going to do is just make our so I'm just going to add just a little bit of my Kashmiri because I wanted a bit of kick. So this is now going to have that bite, guys. So obviously if you don't want it hot, don't add that bit. So just add your normal pickling masala, and if you want a bit of chili, which we obviously love in this house, just add a bit of chili powder. Kashmiri, that's my Kashmiri chili powder that I've added. But that's not necessary, so you don't really need to add that. So if you just didn't want, you want to make the normal pickled fish, you don't have to add that chili powder. So let's just taste it now. That's much better. It's spicy, really, really hot, and yeah, that's going to do the trick now. And there you have it. So that's the onions done. So very simple and easy to make this step. So you're just cooking it till the onions are sort of soft, but they're not super soft. So they're just still a bit sort of crunchy, and they're soaked in the sauce. And all the sauce is obviously, this is going to mature for a few days with the fish. So it's going to really have a nice taste. So just pop that on the side and grab our fish and also our oil. And what we're going to do is we're going to batter our fish, and then we are going to fry it, deep fry it. So you're just gonna put salt and pepper on your fish, and then we are going to just give it one fry and take them out and layer the whole pickled fish. So I hope everyone's enjoying the show, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Pour yourself a drink and do let me know what you are up to and where about in the world are you. So that's our salt and pepper and flour that I've got. We're going to batter the fish and then we're going to pop it in the oil. So I might just add a little bit more oil, and let's get started with the fish. So I think the music has gone off, so we'll try and see what's happened with the music. So I'm just going to add some salt on the fish. So just season it nicely on all sides. So I'm going to season it on. So make sure you add enough salt. Just going to turn them over and then add more salt. So as I said, using some nice cod fillets, cod hake, butterflied, king clip, whichever type of fish that you are fortunate to be able to get. But try and shop for your ingredients early. That's what I do. I've learned like the hard way is just make sure you have all your ingredients. Because when you want to make the fish, you want to have everything ready. So have a look at the recipe that I put on later. It might not be today, it might be tomorrow. So have a look at that and get all your ingredients. I've just added extra salt because obviously salt, you want to season it really nice. Then you're going to add some pepper. That looks really lovely, doesn't it? And then just turn them over again. And then we're going to add flour and batter it and fry it. So 3 simple steps, guys. Pepper, salt, flour, frying. Absolutely lovely. And you can just see how this dish is going to transform into pickled fish, which is a very, very South African dish. I don't think I've seen it in any other country. So pepper, salt, and we're just going to batter this. So you can use a separate plate if you want, or you can just, I'm going to just flour it so it's just quick and easy like this. We're just going to batter all of it. Just flour all of it. So instead of me doing it separately, it's going to be quick and easy like this, right? I can always dip it in the extra bit of flour to make sure it's all floured. So just make sure that you pat the flour on all sides. Don't worry, I've got more flour. So you're just gonna, the reason why you do this, and I've learned this, is because, so I've tried making it without the flour, but the fish tends to break. So if you don't want your fish to break, it's best to flour it. So that's the way I've learned to flour it. So don't try not to skip this step. It is a bit messy, right? I'll probably wash my hands in a bit, but that's the whole point of cooking. You need to just get in with your ingredients and just enjoy the whole process of cooking, which I love doing. Well, the cleaning up bit, I think few people ask who does the cleaning up, so we all have terms. So I just love it when you have a braai, because there's no cleaning up, is there? So we had braai. It was my birthday last week, Thursday, on the 18th, mine and Sanusha's, and quite a few other people. And there was no cleaning up because I just marinated everything and we did the shows. So we had braais on 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So barbecue or braai we had. And yeah, that was amazing. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. So much so that I said we're going to braai again this weekend. So, isn't it nice when someone else has to do the work? So, yeah, so just flour the rest of the fish. you're just battering it. So you can do it the normal way where you put the flour and then batter each bit. But it's quite a large amount of fish. So there you go. We are getting there, and soon the oil is going to be ready, and we are going to fry. So just make sure you've got enough flour. So I'll just have some extra bit of flour so I can batter it more. So the oil's going to be ready, and then start frying it. I just had to wash my hands, it's full of flour. So it's a bit better now, so I can put the fish in. So just make sure you have an extra bit of flour if you want to add some more flour there. We're going to start frying it. So make sure you coat it nicely with pepper, salt, and flour. I wouldn't add egg because it doesn't work with egg. So I think some people might ask, can you batter it with egg, and how you would usually make like fried fish and beer batter and all of that. I wouldn't. I mean, you can try, but I have tried with egg and it doesn't taste the same. So you just need to batter it like this. So very, very specific. Just flour, salt, and pepper. And that's all we need, right? Very simple. So let's start. Make sure there's enough flour. I love it. Put that in. I'm just going to fry a few pieces at a time. And as I said earlier, where you want your base, you want it really nicely just golden brown. That's all you want it. And within a few minutes, all you're going to do is fry for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. These cook within like 5 or 6 minutes, I would say. You just want them nicely fried. So the fish is getting fried, the sauce is made, and then you're just going to layer it. And that's how simple and easy it is, guys. It's so easy. And if I can make it, you can make it too, I'm sure. So as I showed you earlier, that's how you want the fish. So you just want to fry fish golden brown, and then it's just 15 minutes and it's ready. And it tastes really nice. So imagine having fresh fish, freshly cooked fish. If you're fortunate to get freshly cooked fish, that's amazing. I think someone's saying, Chantal saying hi. Hi Chantal, hope you're well. Thank you for joining. And I hope you're enjoying the show, that Pickle Fish show. And I will pop the recipe on for you probably by tomorrow. But it's really simple and easy. Just making the onions and then also the curry sauce and then the fish. So not very difficult to make it. So I'm just turning it over. So it's not yet golden brown because I put it on low heat. I want it to cook really nice. I don't want it to be undercooked. And then we're going to layer this. We're going to take it out and then we're going to layer it. So hope everyone's enjoying the show. It's looking really nice. So you just lightly batter the fish, and yes, it's golden brown. Just a little bit more on this side. Just a little bit more. So everyone's doing well. And what are your plans for Easter? Are you going to be making pickled fish? Are you going to be indulging in all those Easter eggs and also hot sauce buns? So I don't know what's your tradition. So let me know. Drop me a line and let me know, what do you do for Easter? Do you go to church? Do you celebrate Easter, or is this another weekend just to get some, like bank holiday weekend, to get some days off from work? I'm sure a lot of people will be having drives over Easter, right? Or barbecue. So yeah, that's how you want it. A little bit more golden brown, but not proper golden brown. And that one's almost golden. And that one's very golden brown. Yeah. So you just want it nicely golden brown. So I'm doing a little bit more of the ticket. And then you take it out, and then we're going to fry all the fish, and then layer the fish and the curry sauce. So that's the curry sauce. Mine's a little bit red because I added some chili powder, but you can add a bit more chili to make it a bit lighter. You can see. So the fish is getting ready, and you can just fry all of this fish. So I would say hake is a really good fish to use. I've only mostly used hake or cod. I think cod works the best. I absolutely love cod in this, but I don't know what you fancy. So do let me know what sort of fish you like. But I would say cod is really good to use. So I've obviously tried and errored a lot of different fish. And as you can see, because you batter it, it doesn't break. So it's still nice pieces of fish that you need. So just a little bit more flour. So nice and golden brown. Like this, you just want it nicely golden brown. Just brown golden fish that you want. So I hope people are inspired to make the pickled fish now that you can see how simple and easy it is. It's not that difficult. And I think that's almost done now. So I just want it nicely golden brown. You take it out and pop it on your colander or a paper towel. And then you can add our other pieces of fish. You just gonna let the excess oil drain out. I think few people have put some messages, so I'll have a reading of this, right? It's something nice and golden brown. But it's lovely. Really, really nice. The way I want it to look. I'm just going to pop some more fish in. So just make sure you coat it really, really nice. And in goes the fish. Just salt and pepper and also flour. Just make sure it's nicely coated. I do love this part as well. Obviously, if your pieces break, that's no problem because some of them obviously will have, they will be like different sizes as well. So just go with whatever sizes that you've got. But a vacuum is definitely help. That's how you want the fish. It is a bit of a messy job. So Miranda says something. I'm going to have a look now. I'll have a look now, Miranda, what you said. So the fish is frying. So you're just going to fry it. And I'm sure, Miranda, you know how to make pickled fish really nice. So the tradition is pickled fish Good Friday, no meat on the day. And we'll try your recipe this year. Oh, amazing. Thank you. That's amazing, Miranda. Yes. Yeah. So usually on Good Friday, you're right. That's when it is. So usually that's when Ferdinand and his family have pickled fish. So it's usually on Good Friday. Yeah. Um, I'm getting no response from there. But yeah, I think someone's quite busy. But yeah, it's usually on Good Friday that people have the pickled fish. And as Miranda said, so no meat. Yeah. So I think it's to do with Jesus and when Jesus with his disciples and over Easter period. That's why we celebrate Easter. And they had fish and with no meat. So we're just going to let it brown a little bit more. As you can see, it's browning. Yeah, so it's on Easter Friday. You're right. Thank you. And I do hope you enjoy the recipe, Miranda. Hope everyone's well, Melanie and the rest of the family all in Cape Town. You guys in Cape Town still. And I think there's another message I'm going to have a look. I have to bend down to look because I can't read the screen. Easter, that's the Sunday. Usually a big lunch with lamb curry and roast. Oh, lovely. So Easter Sunday, so Miranda says Easter Friday is when everyone has the fish, the pickled fish and no meat. And then obviously Easter Sunday is with all mutton curry and roast. Amazing. Oh, something to look forward to then over Easter. It's just going to be feasting, feasting, feasting. And I would say it's definitely worth the effort of making pickled fish because it's something different, and if you've not had it before, it's really good to try. I've been making it with girls, as I said, and we absolutely love it. Serving it with. So usually when we've gone to Easter to my sister-in-law, Aurelia, she's made like a whole roasted salmon and the pickled fish salad, octopus bun. So you can make anything and serve with it. So obviously, as Miranda said, it's only fish on the Friday, so that's why we have that. So I'm just going to brown a little bit more. Yeah. It needs to get nice and golden brown, guys. But yeah, it's looking really, really nice. And that's the sauce. So obviously we didn't add so much of curry as I did, so much of chili. You know, this auntie's quite heavy on her spices. She loves chili powder. Um, you know, you saw Tanisha how she is with the chilies. I'm the same, if not worse, I think. A curry a day keeps the doctor away, guys. And so I've added a bit extra chili. So I just want to taste it now because I think it had a chance to sort of settle, as you can see. So let me have a taste and see how it is, if it's any different. Mm. Oh my goodness, you know, so that's why you have to let it soak because the flavor changes. Oh my goodness, guys, that is so delicious. It's spicy, but it's really nice. I would say it's really a balance of the vinegar, sugar, the curry, and all the other spices. So those are really nice and golden brown. These one is still getting golden brown. So that's how you want your fish. So we're almost there with the fish. And then we're going to layer the fish and layer the onions. And that's going to be our pickle fish done. So I think our music has gone. So Alexa, replay. So that's not happening, I see. So I think there's some connection issue, so it might not play. But that's okay, at least you guys can hear me. Um, and yeah, nice and golden brown. That's the way you want it. As you can see, they're lovely, lovely golden brown. That's exactly how you want it. Just look at that. That's those two pieces are ready. So you want it nicely golden brown, fried fish, battered. So anyone thinking of ideas for Easter, make pickled fish, serve it with salad, with hot cross buns, with loads of Easter eggs. Today's going to be a chocolate overload. We've got like a whole little Easter, like an Easter bunny. So I am watching the fish. So I've got Easter bunny already. We've got hot cross buns, which we're going to serve that with. And we've got Easter eggs, loads and loads of Easter eggs. So these are the small ones, and then the big ones are there, you can see. So, yeah. We do like Easter eggs, but obviously if you're diabetic and you've got some problems with sugar in your house, you do take care and not have too many Easter eggs. Don't overindulge. Everything in moderation, that's what it's about. Happy and healthy eating, guys. So that's how you want it, absolutely crispy golden brown. So that's perfect. And then you're going to add our last lot of fish. As you can see, it's really nice. Now I wish I was in South African Cape Town like Miranda and the others, because you can get absolutely fresh fish. But to be honest, these cod are really tasty. Obviously, it's not like the fresh fish that you would get, but it's still, good enough. Um, it still tastes quite nice. It tastes like fish. So just make sure that you've got it all battered and pop it in. Grab all the pieces and just make sure they're all battered. And I'll just wash my hands after that. So I'm just going to put that in. Yeah. So just going to fry the rest of the fish. Yeah. Just have a look at what's going on with the stove. Just put the heat on. And just check the stove again. It goes back on. Put the fish. Let's wait for one more bit of this. So you have to be very gentle with these babies, with these fish. Delicate because obviously you floured it. Just get rid of that. And so just try and be very delicate with your fish. That's the sauce. You can have a look at the sauce. How's the sauce? Spicy enough. Not that spicy, I'm told, so it looks spicier than it probably looks. But as I said, it has to be nicely flavored because it's going to soak in with the fish. That's what you want. So the fish, but imagine just eating these slices of fish, these lovely pieces of fish, cod or hake or whatever you're using, just with some lemon and served with some yellow rice and some potato wedges and corn on the cob. Absolutely delicious. With some tomato sauce. So that's an idea as well if you didn't want to make pickled fish. But these babies are going to go into pickled fish diet. They look absolutely amazing. Yes, I'm going to just go and wash my hands with the flour off now that I'm done with the flour. So we're just going to make sure these pieces of fish are nicely golden brown, as you can see. Oh, that is lovely. So that is really nice and golden brown. So turn them over and we cook the fish. I think about 5 or 6 minutes on each side is enough. So here we have it. And then what we're going to do is grab the containers to layer the fish and sauce. So we're just going to have, so I usually use these containers, glass containers, or one with lid or without lid, and you can just put some seasonings from over. So I'm going to put a layer of fish, my onions, and then another layer of fish. So depending on how much I've got 2 containers. So do you like these ones to be brown? So that's just going to get nicely brown, and then we're going to layer it as soon as that's out. It smells absolutely amazing. That smells like pickled fish. So obviously you didn't add the amount of chili powder as I did. You know, this auntie loves the curry powder. But just add a little less. You don't have to add so much. I'm sorry, I'm very heavy-handed on chili powder, but I grew up with it, so I grew up with the spices. I was so used to eating hot curry, and we all at home love a bit spicy food. But if you don't like it spicy, just add less, and yours will probably look more like yellowish. Here we go. It's getting nicely golden brown. The key is obviously you want the fish. It's going to be golden brown, but it's going to be soft inside. As you saw with this here, you need to break it and it breaks easily. So that's how we're going to layer it. So you just want it a little bit more brown. I like it golden. It's not overcooking it because it's soft. The inside is still very soft and delicious. It's lovely. I'm so hungry now to eat fish, guys. But we're going to have to wait for the people fish. My eldest daughter actually wanted me to make the fish and for them to eat it the same day. So she actually wanted me to make it yesterday. And I only got to make it today because I was quite busy yesterday and today. So, but I think how special to make it a week before Easter Friday. That's amazing. I'm so lucky. And thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting and thank you for um, requesting this recipe. So many people have asked for the people's fish. So it's not something everyone knows how to make, but as I said, we love it and we make it quite often. So you want them golden like that. So these are the not golden, but that's ready. There's only pieces of fish. Just pop them on the paper towel so you can just drain the excess oil. So as you can see, the chunkier pieces will take longer to cook, and you just need to obviously get them a bit browner. But if they flatter pieces like that, it cooks really quick. So this is about a kilo of fish. So if you want more fish, you can obviously make more. It's really nice. So make sure you do batter your fish because you have to batter it. So just put some pepper and salt and some flour. That is the secret to making the pickled fish and for the fish part. Obviously, the other secret for the sauce is just getting the balance right of the sweetness, the sourness, the vinegary taste, and the spiciness of all the spices and chili powder. Oh, that is lovely. Ooh, okay. Just a little bit more for this one. Okay. And a little bit more for that one. So these two are ready. And we're almost done with the fish, guys. And the final stage that we've all been waiting for is actually making the pickled fish. So thank you so much for being so patient with me to make the fish. That is all the fish there. All ready to be layered. Let's pop that out. Be careful with the oil. There you have it. So you've got your fish, you've got your sauce, and just a container to layer it really nicely. So that's all the fish. And let's start layering. So let me do that so you can see exactly what I'm going to be doing. And then you can learn step by step how to layer. Is that going to work? No. It's better. Okay. So let's start. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in the fish first. So just pieces of fish you're going to put at the bottom. So it doesn't matter if it was the ones that were cooked first or second. So we're just going to put some pieces of fish at the bottom. So just like that. So all you do is just layer. So you're just going to layer some fish. And then you're going to add the sauce. So generous amounts. You see the bay leaves and all the spices and the juices and the curry for the pickled fish. Just going to add some sauce. And then just a little bit more sauce. And you can see how that looks. And then some more fish. And some more sauce. And this is what pickled fish is like. So can you see that? And that is the pickled fish. Yeah, let's see. Let me just move that for you. I'm just doing 2 layers on that one because I want to show you another bit. So on this one, I'm just going to add this one. I'm just going to add the other bit of the fish. So that's a pickled fish with 2 layers, and on this one, I'm just going to do 1 layer of pickled fish. Just add all this sauce. So you can even just make 1 layer like this. And there you have it. All you need to do then is pop a lid over, cling foam it, and leave it in the fridge or a week. So the longer you keep it in, the better it's going to be. So if you didn't want to make a lot of fish, you can just make one layer and just do what I've done here. But the secret, as I said, it's all the onions and the sauce. Just look at that. Just you can just add the rest of the sauce. Because you want the fish to soak really, really nicely. Yeah, that's all done. And there you have it, guys. Our pickled fish all made, and I hope you guys enjoyed that show, and also the the making of the pickled fish. Do drop me a line. It looks really nice, and I'm telling you, it's going to taste really nice. I'm going to taste a little bit of it just to see the mixture, how it is. I did taste the sauce and the fish before, so I know what it's like. But as I said, this is a lot spicier because I added some chili powder in. Obviously, if you don't want it so spicy, don't add so much of chili powder, and just add more turmeric. But I can tell you this tastes really nice. So absolutely delicious. And there you have it. That's your pickled fish done. And it was really simple and easy to make, guys, as you saw. So this is going to go in the oven. Not in the oven, sorry, in the fridge. Just to sort of soak. So you want the juices of the fish with the sauce to soak. And it's going to be served on Easter Friday. Or it might be eaten well before then, because knowing my family, they absolutely love this. So I hope everyone enjoyed watching this episode of the pickled fish. Simple and easy, 3 steps. Preparing your onions and your curry sauce, then adding your fish, and then layering it, or just making a one layer, or layering it like this. And then, can you believe it? You would actually usually have it with hot cross buns. So that's how we eat our pickled fish. So you just take some buns and put some butter on and have it with your pickled fish. And guys, it's absolutely delicious, if I should say so myself. I absolutely love it. So I usually eat like a plate full of pickled fish. It's a tradition over Easter, and yeah. So do try the recipe. Let me know what you thought of my recipe, and obviously it's tweaked family recipes and friends that I've adjusted according to our taste. So do omit all the curry powders if you don't want it so hot and spicy, or just use milder curry. But yeah, simple, easy way, happy and healthy, of pickled fish. And it really is a lovely taste. You have to taste it, because when you hear, as I said in the beginning, people hear pickled fish and they think, oh, what is pickled fish? And you don't know what it is, but it is something that's really tasty. Unless you've tasted, you would know. So it's like a bunny chow. If it's something that you know about, you will love it. So pickled fish is the same, it's just a different taste. And if you used to curry and you want it just a lot spicier, you can do it like how I've made it, and you will not even know it's like so different. But it's just that I think what happens with pickled fish is that all the ingredients together just blend magically and just gives you this, like the finished product like this, which is absolutely delicious. It's just amazing. Like my mouth is just, all my taste buds are just like amazed with the taste of the pickled fish. It's just worked on all my taste buds, and it's so delicious. So you have to taste it. The proof is in the pudding. Don't just take my word for it. Do try it. It's not that difficult. Just fry the fish as I did, make the onions, and then layer it. And yeah, so bon appetit, guys. I hope you guys enjoy that. So that was the pickle fish episode with me, Seshni, at the Happy Doctor's Kitchen. And thank you so much, everyone that joined. And Miranda, I hope you do get a chance to make it, and whoever else that joined. I'm not sure whether I should mention the other people's names, but quite a few people have joined. So, guys, I know it's quite late. But if you're watching it on the replay, do let me know what you thought about it. I do apologize that I've done this quite late at night, but that was the only time I had free, and I wanted to get the pickled fish done because at home they really, really were dying to eat the pickled fish. So stay tuned for the next episode with me, Seshni, at the Happy Doctor's Kitchen, and lots of love from my family to yours, and do enjoy the rest of your weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever you're doing, and let me know what you're making as well. Any requests for any recipes, let me know as well. And lots of love, guys. Namaste. Bye.